What is going on? What is poppin' YouTube world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice, because that is my nickname. I appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right about now, as it does help these videos get to the public and the channel to grow overall. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly, and almost every single day if I can, and turn on post notifications too, so you do not miss a single one of those videos that I post. It is only right, you guys. Let's talk about the Denver Broncos and their future star quarterback, potentially Drew Lock. I feel like the Denver Broncos have finally found a serviceable, solid quarterback, and a quarterback in Drew Lock that has a boatload of potential. I'm talking star-level potential Drew Lock has. You know, Broncos fans have had to deal with Brock Osweiler, Case Keenum, Paxton Lynch, Brandon Allen, Joe Flacco, bad quarterback after bad quarterback ever since the great Peyton Manning retired. But guys, I think John Elway finally hit one. I think he finally hit this one out of the park. You know, I felt bad for Denver fans because the last 4 or 5 years, the Broncos have had good rosters. They've always had above average wide receivers, always had above average running backs, always had a great pass rush, always had a great defensive line, always had a good secondary. The infrastructure even has been great. I'm talking the front office, the coaching staff. I think Vic Fangio is a solid coach. I think that Rich Scangarello is a very underrated offensive coordinator. The parts are set in place for the Broncos to be a successful franchise. But guys, you need that guy at quarterback. And guys, I gotta tell you, I'm not proclaiming anything right now. It's very early. He's only started 4 games for them. But guys, I'm behind Drew Lock. And I think this guy is the long-term future of the Denver Broncos. This kid is confident. He's got a big arm. He's mobile. And since taking over for Joe Flacco and Brandon Allen, you know, the team is 3-1. Drew Lock, 65% completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, over 800 yards, only 3 interceptions, and a 90 pass rating. That's a pretty good start so far. And I firmly believe that in today's NFL, because guys, let's be real, the quarterback position and offenses have never been better. They've never been better. These college quarterbacks are coming right into the NFL and making immediate impacts, guys. And I believe in 2019, with so many great quarterbacks out there right now, in order to stand out, in order to win big and potentially win a Super Bowl, unless you have a really good elite head coach, I really do firmly believe your quarterback needs to have a special trait. You know, what are the special traits my quarterback presents to me? You know, Aaron Rodgers, elite arm talent, elite accuracy, you know, just overall super talented. Kyler Murray, elite athleticism. Drew Brees, elite IQ, elite anticipation skills. You know, Josh Allen, elite arm talent. Patrick Mahomes, elite arm talent. Deshaun Watson, elite athleticism. Drew Lock, he's got arm talent for days. He really does. That arm he has, that's an A+ arm. Not to mention he's mobile. He's 6'4". He can take hits. I mean, I like everything about Drew Lock, and I really like Drew Lock even when he was coming out of Missouri. I did have him as the 4th best quarterback in the draft, behind Kyler Murray, Dwayne Haskins, and Will Grier. Will Grier not to a great start, but again, I also underrated Daniel Jones, by the way. Okay, but either way, it's not necessarily that Drew Lock wasn't good. I just thought the other quarterbacks were really good as well, and I thought that Drew Lock was good, but I just like the other quarterbacks better. But again, I think Drew Lock can play. I really did. And the one thing I really liked about Drew Lock at Missouri was his junior year, he threw 44 touchdown passes. Okay, I believe that's at least top 3 in the SEC all time. It's top 3 in the SEC conference all time. That's pretty impressive, because what Drew Lock did was he elevated the players around him at Missouri. See, Drew Lock did not go to Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson. No, he went to Missouri. And, you know, Missouri, here and there, they have some NFL guys. You know, Ghiman Moore was a guy that got drafted. He didn't do anything for my Green Bay Packers. I'm very disappointed in you, Ghiman Moore. But again, we're not getting there. Either way, Drew Lock was not surrounded with a boatload of 4- and 5-star level players. He was forced in college to elevate his offensive line, to elevate his teammates and his wide receivers, to make more precise throws, to throw into tighter windows than most quarterbacks out there. You know, when you go to Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, you're better than everyone. And to a certain extent, that's a good thing, because you can put up numbers and look really good, you know, and get drafted high. But also, if you go to those top of the line programs, you're rarely challenged unless you go up against a team that's up to your caliber, meaning, you know, an LSU, Oklahoma, etc. I mean, sometimes Missouri, they felt they were toast against Alabama getting off the bus, okay? And I feel that's what Daniel Jones had to deal with out of Duke. You know, Daniel Jones, he did not have great wide receivers in college. He did not have a great offensive line. He was forced to compromise and make up for those things. And I think Drew Lock has some of those things too. But guys, Drew Lock's game, he has the tools to be great. He really does. Drew Lock has a ton of potential. He throws on the run really well. He's pushing the ball down the field. He's making solid decisions. He's fitting the ball into tight windows. He's running around. He's scrambling for first downs for 10, 15 yards when he needs to. That's another thing. In today's NFL, can you be mobile? We look at Lamar Jackson. We look at, you know, Kyler Murray. We look at Deshaun Watson. We look at, you know, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. The only two true pocket passing quarterbacks that are just dominating the NFL over the last couple of years is Drew Brees and Tom Brady. And even, you know, Tom Brady's kind of washed in my opinion right now. Drew Brees still really good, but again, he's an anomaly. I mean, highest completion percentage of all time, and he holds the record for most touchdown passes of all time, okay? So, anomaly in a Hall of Famer right there. But again, Drew Lock is taking what the defense gives him. There's just so many good things I like from what I've seen from Drew Lock. And I believe Drew Lock is coachable. He was coachable. It was reported back in Missouri. And I think that's key. Because Drew Lock is going to have to continue to work to get better. Because Drew Lock, as much as I raved about him, he's not a finished product quite yet. And that's okay, because he's a rookie. He's going to continue to get better. You know, he still needs to work on his footwork. He still needs to work on his mechanics. He needs to work on his pocket awareness and, you know, just improve his pocket presence. You know, sometimes Drew Lock will just bail outside the pocket instead of just sitting in there a little bit longer and, you know, keeping his eyes downfield. That's a common mistake by rookie quarterbacks. But again, see, Drew Lock's one of those guys that he's so physically talented and so physically gifted that with bad footwork and with bad mechanics, he can still be successful. However, unless you're Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes, that's not the route you want to go 24/7 in the NFL. Again, when you need to do that, go ahead, do that. You make those off-platform throws. But again, preciseness wins in the NFL. As Tom Brady, as Drew Brees, as the quarterbacks that have won multiple Super Bowls, okay? I know Drew Brees has won multiple Super Bowls, but again, he's put up great numbers. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback. No one's going to tell me that Drew Brees is one of the 5, 6, 7, or even top 4 quarterbacks of all time, okay? Drew Lock has all the potential, but he's going to have to continue to work on his fundamentals and really shore those things up. Because if Drew Lock can really shore up his mechanics and just his footwork and fundamentals, the sky's the limit, because this guy is already succeeding at times with bad footwork and bad mechanics, okay? And guys, I think the Broncos' future is really bright. The reason why I say that is because, like I said, the Broncos have a roster in place to compete for playoff spots, okay? I do believe that Denver in the draft could use another wide receiver, maybe a Jerry Jeudy, maybe a CeeDee Lamb, maybe a Taylor Wallace, someone like that. I think they could use another offensive lineman. I think they could potentially look at a quarterback to replace Chris Harris Jr. as he's getting up there in age. But guys, I know the division is tough with Patrick Mahomes in there. You know, you get the sense that Patrick Mahomes is so special that he's probably going to own that division for most of his career. You know, Tom Brady has owned the AFC East. Aaron Rodgers has owned the NFC North. I think Patrick Mahomes is probably going to have that title of winning the I believe AFC West? Yeah, the AFC West. I believe Patrick Mahomes is going to be the favorite to win that division each year just because he's such a special talent. And Andy Reid's a great head coach. You know, Deshaun Watson, he's dominated his division too. But guys, you know, between the Raiders, who are on the rise, I will add that the Raiders are definitely on the rise. The Broncos and the Chargers, I think the Broncos stack up well. I like Courtland Sutton a lot. I think Courtland Sutton can be a top 10 wide receiver. He may already be a top 10 wide receiver. Deshaun Hamilton is pretty good. He catches a lot of great passes. He's pretty speedy, okay? Noah Fant, one of the youngest sitting tight ends in football. Phillip Lindsay and Royce Freeman are a great 1-2 running back punch, okay? Not to mention you get Bradley Chubb back next year to pair with Von Miller. You've always had a good secondary. I've always thought that, you know, Vic Fangio can coach defense. I think this Broncos team, if Drew Lock really pops next year, they can make the playoffs. I really do firmly believe that. So again, the future is bright in Denver, guys. Drew Lock has all the potential in the world. I've been nothing but impressed with the first 4 games he's played. I always thought he'd be good coming out of Missouri. And another thing, Drew Lock is completing over 60% of his passes. At Missouri, he struggled with accuracy at times. He's becoming more consistent. That tells me he's been coached well, he's learned under Joe Flacco, and he's ready to take the keys to that franchise. I really do firmly believe that. I believe the Broncos have a roster in place to compete for playoff spots. They just need a quarterback. They need a quarterback for the past 4 or 5 years. I think they've gotten it in Drew Lock, and the sky's the limit for Drew Lock. The guy's a boatload of potential. If you're a Broncos fan, you should be excited about next year and your quarterback for the future, Drew Lock. Pencil it in, guys. Drew Lock is the future of the Broncos. In my opinion, I know it's early. He's only played 4 games, but I believe in the small sample size, I've seen enough that I believe Drew Lock is the future of the Broncos for at least the next decade. Be sure to comment whether you agree with me and disagree with me. Love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? Or potentially if it doesn't, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, get other people hip to this channel, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God blessed day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.